So we see the Asian marketplace as being somewhat different from Europe and the US. In Asia, it's much more entrepreneurial, and there's a lot more ideas about different products and services that people want to launch. So in Europe, it's probably maybe more conservative, and the US tends to be very rapid adopters of technology. But what's interesting here in Asia is there are all kinds of different ideas about products and services that potential customers might want to buy, from microloans, insurance, to those more related to telco, like gaming and content. So it's a very interesting market for us because there's so many different potential digital services that people might want to buy, and there's a real willingness to try out these different ideas.
So it's become really apparent that companies that are growing rapidly and improving their profitability, the big guys, the digital natives, are really deploying platform-based technology as a core part of their strategic armour. And one of the reasons for that is that they can bring partners into the conversation. So with things such as new enterprise type solutions and new IoT type solutions, there's a case that says the really great and innovative ideas for those aren't going to come from the traditional spaces. They're likely to come from the experts in their field. And I think an example that we often talk about is someone that might be doing maintenance on, say, a refinery or a large plant. The people that are going to figure out how to build an IoT business out of that are the plant and maintenance experts that deploy the telemetry and use it. But notwithstanding that, an IoT application or a full stack needs to be delivered complete with communications and analytics, security and all the other things you'd expect, reporting. And somebody has to be able to put that together in a way that allows these experts to go to the market and deliver new and innovative solutions. And I think there's an opportunity for carriers to provide that ecosystem. So if you extend that to a much wider conversation to say, well, where will the innovations come from for new enterprise and new IoT offers in the market? They're probably going to come from folks that are experts. So they'll come from motor car companies, they'll come from appliance manufacturers, they'll come from people such as those people that do plant shutdown and maintenance. So they're partners, and there are thousands and thousands of people like that who are saying now, I've got a great opportunity to reform, to reimagine my business model and create an IoT platform. What I really need is a place to take that idea where I can assemble a full stack of cooperative partners and create a go-to-market. That's the opportunity for CSPs, to be the place, the safe place where these experts can go and create an IoT business model that's a reimagined business model. And I suppose it's really appealing from a CSP point of view, because if you don't set yourself up as the ecosystem to do that, you simply become one of the component parts of the IoT business model, and somebody else does the assembly of the partner ecosystem. I think right now carriers are at a point where they should actively be getting involved in setting up these ecosystems and attracting the subject matter experts to help reimagine what these IoT applications are going to do, to be and what they're going to do, before somebody else, like a large over-the-top player, we know who they are, before someone like that steps in and takes that opportunity away from them.
So there's a lot of talk here about 5G, but it comes very much from the technology perspective. And I think one piece of advice we would give is that if you look at all the various different industries, a lot of the conversations are happening now based on 4G. And we would strongly recommend that the different carriers really look at their strategies around IoT and use them to really build the right ecosystems and partnerships now to address IoT with 4G technology. So for example, if you look at things like autonomous drive, that's often quoted as one of the leading use cases for 5G. But level 4 autonomous drive is really being launched in the next 2 years, and 5G will not be ubiquitous by then. And so carriers who are out there now talking to the automotive companies are really building the partner ecosystems they need to deliver, eSIM, IoT, 4G type solutions, and they will build more and more expertise and close relationships with the automotive manufacturers to really understand the problems that those manufacturers face and the types of solution they can create. So if you wait until 5G comes along in 4 or 5 years' time, you simply will have missed the boat. So when you look at all these use cases, whether it's for IoT, whether it's for 5G, if you look at 100% of the revenues available, about 5% comes from connectivity, whereas more of the revenue comes from the data, the applications, and the actual industry use case. And then even more, if you go rather than B2B, go B2B2C. So what's critical here is that the carriers start to look at how to capture more than 5% of the total revenues available. And so that means starting to build the ecosystems and the capabilities to look at the IoT application, to look at the data layer, to look at the different applications, and to start to partner with those different organizations that help them to move up to 30, 40, 50% of the total revenues available for each use case in IoT, 5G, NFV, SDN, whatever it is.